The confirmed number of cases of the coronavirus in Los Angeles County today comes to 116,570. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 3,534. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases are 642, with total confirmed deaths remaining at 51. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Ben McCain. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, July 6th. After a break this holiday weekend, Los Angeles County health officials resumed reporting new cases. More than 7,000 new cases were counted between Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this weekend, along with more than 1,500 new cases reported today. Officials say the positive rate is at 10%, which shows there is an increase in community transmission. Dr. Barbara Ferrer said almost 50% of new cases are now among young people between ages 18 and 40, and the rate of hospitalizations of patients with COVID-19 have historically been in the higher age group of 65 and older, but now the data is showing that rate increasing among the younger demographic age group. Officials are urging the community to continue to adhere to social distancing and safety practices and recommitting to help curb the spread by avoiding the 3 C's: confined spaces, crowds, and close contact. Dr. Ferrer says what we do now will determine how the county will move forward in 3 weeks. Torrance Beach, along with coastlines throughout Los Angeles County, reopened at 5 a.m. this morning. Torrance police reported no incidents at the beach this weekend, which hopefully means people were following the rules and staying away. County health officials shut down beach access during the holiday weekend, as the 4th of July holiday is often a busy weekend on the sand. In an effort to keep crowds away, Ventura and Orange counties also shut down their beaches. Now, while Torrance Beach is open as of today, sand volleyball and organized sports and gatherings outside of members in your household are still not allowed. More counties are now added to the state's watch list as Governor Gavin Newsom shares updates at his weekly press conference today. 23 counties in total are under close watch by the California Department of Public Health. The health pandemic did not take pause over the weekend as hospitalizations continued to climb. The state now has more than 271,000 positive cases of COVID-19, with more than 11,000 recorded just today. Nearly 5,800 patients were hospitalized with confirmed cases of COVID-19 across the state, with more than 1,700 in the ICU. Roughly 33 of the 40 million residents in California come from the counties listed under the state's strict supervision, with 5 recently added and 1 removed as of today. Biotechnology company REGENERON Pharmaceuticals announced they're now beginning late-stage clinical trials for an antibody drug that could help prevent and treat coronavirus infections. There are 2 trials concurrently taking place. REGEN-COV2 is testing whether the drug can prevent infections in uninfected people who have had exposure to COVID-19 patients. And the second trial, which also advanced to the next phase, will test whether the drug can treat people who are hospitalized against those who are not. The prevention trial is happening at around 100 sites across the U.S. and is expected to include about 2,000 patients. The drug has already shown positive results in earlier human trials, which began in June. The city continues its COVID-19 recovery efforts with the reopening of more city facilities. The Benstead E-Plunge reopened their pool today, along with the city's summer day camps for kids. You'll notice safety decals and plexiglass shields installed at various city sites to remind the public to social distance. Now, in order to swim at the pool, you must go online and make a reservation. Staff says if you arrive at the pool without one, they can help you create an account online to help set up a reservation for you before you're allowed into the pool. This will help staff keep track and limit the number of swimmers. Summer day camps have also kicked off today with limited space due to safety restrictions in place. Arts and crafts and games are designed to keep kids entertained and engaged during the summer weeks. You can find more information online at torranceca.gov/parks. If you haven't filled out your census survey, there's still time. The U.S. Census Bureau says more than 56 million households have yet to take the survey. As a result, census workers will be returning to in-person visits beginning next week. In March, live visits were temporarily halted due to the health pandemic. Now census workers will be sent out in staggered shifts first concentrating on cities that need the most help, which include Beckley, West Virginia, Boise, Idaho, Gardner, Maine, Kansas City, Missouri, New Orleans, Louisiana, and Oklahoma County, Oklahoma. The 2020 census helps to determine how hundreds of federal dollars are spent in about 300 programs divided among states and localities in the years ahead. This includes highway construction, health care, and much more. Just under half of all of Californians have yet to take the survey. You can do that online at 2020census.gov. Well, the Automobile Club of Southern California branches are offering its services once again. The branches, including the location here in Torrance, are now open, providing a wide range of member services. The Automobile Club offers DMV, domestic and international travel planning, auto, home, and life insurance, and notary services. Due to social distancing rules, at the moment, they will not perform DMV VIN verifications, but they will offer specific services, including vehicle registration renewal, duplicate registration, and stickers, replacement license plate, disabled person parking placards, and license plates, to name a few. At the branches, you will find signage, floor markers reminding people to social distance, and there will be trained AAA safety ambassadors to help members and employees follow recommended safety practices. If you stop by a branch, you are required to wear a face covering inside. There are plexiglass shields in place between members and employees at workstations. The Torrance branch is located on Hawthorne Boulevard and is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Saturdays, they are open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Airbnb announced it's taking steps to protect its guests even more. They are hoping to reduce the number of unauthorized house parties thrown by guests in rental homes, saying that this has always been a priority and more than ever, it's important right now. So this means that United States guests under the age of 25 who have less than 3 positive and negative reviews will be restricted from booking entire homes in areas close to where they live. They can book any type of listing outside their local area, private and hotel rooms anywhere. Airbnb also issued guest behavior rules for this year that includes guests getting a one-time warning for excessive noise, unauthorized guests, unauthorized parking, smoking, or excessive messiness reported. Airbnb has more than 7 million listings worldwide. Here in Torrance, the City Council adopted the short-term rental ordinance in December of last year. It defines short-term rentals as the rental of any residence or portion thereof for a period of 30 consecutive calendar days or less. The ordinance also establishes a registration process, requirements, and conditions to conduct short-term rentals. You must submit a permit application in order to host a short-term rental. Then staff reviews it. The applicant is also required to obtain a Torrance business license and remit transit occupancy tax. The city's permit center is now open. Another popular clothing retailer adds to the list of companies who have filed for bankruptcy protection. Lucky Brand Dungarees, LLC, plans to close at least 13 stores and possibly more during the bankruptcy process, blaming the pandemic for its troubles. The Los Angeles-based designer and retailer is known for its iconic American denim and apparel. Officials say there may be a possible deal to sell its private equity-backed business to the operator of Aeropostale and Nautica brands that are owned by Authentic Brands Group and mall operator Simon Property Group, one of the Lucky's key landlords. The company has been around for 30 years and operates more than 200 stores across the United States. The Torrance location is at the Del Amo Fashion Center in the Outdoor Village. The company has not yet announced the list of stores closing. Lucky was created in 1990 and over the years has gone through several owners. During the pandemic, the company furloughed nearly 22,700 of its 3,000 employees this year and only brought back 900 when stores reopened. Uber announces it has bought Postmates for billions. Uber Technologies, Inc. struck a deal worth $2.65 billion in stock. An official announcement was made today. This means that customers of Postmates and Uber Eats will have a larger choice of restaurants and other merchants to choose from. It also allows the two companies to make the delivery process quicker, but Postmates will continue to remain a standalone app. The CEO at Uber said that platforms like Uber and Postmates are a very important part of local commerce and communities, especially during a crisis like COVID-19. Uber Eats mostly focuses on restaurants, and Postmates delivers a wide array of goods, including groceries. Postmates officials say the company has the ability to serve 80% of households across the country. The deal is expected to close in the first quarter of 2021. A local business is accepting donations to support Marine families at Camp Pendleton. The Rotary District 5280 is hosting a drive at Keller Williams Real Estate in Torrance. They are hoping to collect diapers, children's clothing up to 5 or 6 years old, bedding, anything for babies and toddlers such as car seats, strollers, anything for a kitchen and non-perishable food. The business has 2 Rotary Club members from South Bay Sunrise Rotary Club that work at Keller Williams Real Estate. They are located on Hawthorne Boulevard off 240th Street in Suite 100. At Camp Pendleton, 160 babies are born every month, with many families arriving at the base with very little. Rotary District 5280 is made up of 60 clubs across the region. Rotary brings together a global network of volunteer leaders who dedicate their time and talent to tackle the world's most pressing humanitarian challenges. A staple in downtown Torrance that is known as a one-stop shop for all military-related collectibles is closed. The World War II store, located on Marcelina Avenue, that has taken patrons through history for years, has closed its doors. Officials say there were many factors before deciding to make the difficult decision. But don't worry, they plan to update their website to have a shopping cart feature soon. You can head to WWII.com right now, where you can still sell items you may have. Owners Frank and Valerie are both South Bay natives. Frank used to serve in the Navy, and both have many family members who served in Korea and in World War II. The business originally started as a bookstore and has since grown into an antique store with a wide variety of period antiques and military collectibles, with the goal to tell the entire story of various wars and to honor men and women who have served. The owners have another store located in Kingman, Arizona, called Sea Dog Merchants. You can browse their Facebook page, where they have the latest inventory. Public Works crews continue to make roads smoother here in Torrance for another hour. You may face lane closures if you are traveling east and westbound on Carson Street between Madrona Avenue and Hawthorne Boulevard, since it's reduced to 1 lane. Northbound and southbound Van Ness Avenue is reduced to 1 lane between Del Amo and Torrance Boulevards. The traffic will be free flowing again at 5 p.m. The work is part of the residential and arterial pavement improvement project that includes Surrey seal application. Tomorrow, crews will be back at Van Ness Avenue between Redondo Beach and Artesia Boulevards from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Traffic will be reduced to 1 lane each direction. Delays are expected and alternate routes are recommended. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. as Hiba Samid brings you the latest updates. Be safe, stay healthy. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.